Welcome to the Unfazed Podcast. Welcome to the Unfazed Podcast. Today, I have a very, very special guest. Music artist, rapper, singer, producer, Reezy. Welcome to the podcast, bro. Welcome to the Unfazed
Going
Podcast.
on, man? It's Reezy checking in, live from Louisiana,
Yes, sir.
out the Reezy world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A blessing to have you on, man. It's great to have you on.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you taking out the time of your day, hop on a podcast, man.
You like sometimes I get a good amount of like text, I guess, since my album release, and I saw you said you asked me about the podcast. I was like, let me just look at his page, and I was like, oh, he be working. I was like, so he ain't just like, he be working. I was like, we could do it.
I appreciate that, bro.
We could do it for sure.
For sure. I appreciate that big time, bro. For real.
Yeah.
1000%. First thing I want to talk about is the REEBORN album. Your most recent album that you dropped in June 30th, I believe, of this year. And just the creativity and just the mind behind it. Like, what was the inspiration making that album?
The inspiration came from tough times, I guess, like overthinking. The inspiration came from being lost. The inspiration came from being misguided. The inspiration was from not understanding who I am fully as a person, like as a young man. I graduated high school last year, like 2022. And I was like background, my school called Side High. So I was like Mr. Side High. I was the prom king. I was like the hottest rapper in the school. I had the graduation speech. And then school finished and like came to the real world. And it was like, because I didn't go to college, and it was like, none of that mattered. This is the real world. And with that experience was like, okay, what do I even like doing? Like, I like riding bikes. What kind of music do I listen to? Am I supposed to wake myself up every day? Like, so just going through that, like, whole phase was like, man, I was just pouring out my heart basically in my music. And I just started producing. So I was just pouring my heart on my music. And those songs that people hear is what I was going through. So I guess that was like inspiration. But like, I always thought about REEBORN, and I was like, you know what? One day somebody gonna be able to listen to this and feel like some support, feel like they're not alone, So that was like the whole, that was the reasoning behind it. And that was how it came about. You know what I'm saying? Tough times, basically. Tough times became something beautiful.
Yeah, that's real. That's how it is with a lot of just creativity and just music, bro. Which is, whether it's just like artists, like music artists, and even little like artists, like who like people like draw, paint, things of that nature. Just content creators. Just a lot of things that it's just like they have stories that's like they're trying to figure things out for themselves, or they're in like a tough spot, rough spot, and then they all take that and they just use all those thoughts, and like whether it's negative, positive, it always can turn into like some like beautiful. And your music, I was just talking to you how I first heard it. I was just going on the TikTok for you page. I saw the you was promoting it, your song Birth. And just the first verse, bro, I gotta talk about that, bro. Just how you jump shit. Like I be knowing the lyrics is word for it, bar for bar. September 9th, 2004, 6:34 p.m. Like, world bowed head, world close. So I was like, bro, man, I'm just trying to think. Like, bro, just everything without that, bro. Just the whole album, September, like just first verse, September 9th, 2004, 6:34 p.m. World came to a stop and bowed their head as mountain life began. Parents crying, daughters crying, because I like, bro, I'll be replacing my birthday with like your lyrics, bro. Like the way I just feel that song, just on just a deeper level. Like I'll be replacing my birthday with that exact lyric because I just be feeling that, bro. And it's just amazing how you can like how music artists, because it's not a lot of music artists that can do what you do, bro. And honestly, bro, I don't even know a lot of good music artists that is like good like storytellers within their music. You know what I'm saying? I really, cause I'm a big J. Cole fan. I'm more of like a lyrical rap type of person. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a big fan of like J. Cole. I love Kendrick Lamar, and those are really the only two artists that I know that can really like do their storytelling at the highest level. And you're, in my opinion, you're on that level right with them, bro. So it's like, did the storytelling with your music kind of like did that kind of just, was that like something you were born with, or that's something you just developed and you wanted to
Man,
do, or keep trying to do within your
honestly,
music?
bro, I mean, I guess to tie that song "Birth" and like my storytelling in general. I started rapping at 14.
Mm-hmm.
So like since 14, I wrote that song like 2 days
Mm-hmm.
before I turned 18. When I turned 18, so that's 4 years, 3.5
Yeah.
years of working on music. It didn't just like come. I was bums when I first started. Like my first song, I was explaining a story about like my first song I ever made was from a story. But I guess it was just like over time you get better at whatever you do. Like over time, like your first podcast into now is two different podcasts. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, over time I just started doing different things. But I also had what song was that I had in mind? I forgot. I don't know what song it was I had in mind when I was making Bert. But I wanted to. I don't know. The beat was just. I just had to tell a story. Like I just was like. I don't even know what made me do it. I just did it. I don't know what made me say September 9th. I mean, I always remember what time I was born for some reason on my birth certificate. And I mean, I guess that was just, I didn't know that song was, I knew it was tough, but I didn't know it was, as tough as people perceive it these days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that song is different. That song is different. I be putting my friends and my brothers on. I'll be like, yo, that's the song I always send them. And I was just talking to my man, shout out Devin. I know he probably listening to this right now. I sent him your song "Birth" because me and him, man, we always just sharing ideas, sharing music, because we know that like it's power in like the music in the book specifically. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when we share the music, I sent him that song specifically, and he was like, "Yeah, this is different." He was like, "Yo, I was just playing this early." I just talked to him today. He was like, "Yeah, I was just playing that early." He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna have him on the podcast today." He was like, "Yo, for real?" He was like, "I already know it, man. I already know it, man. Of course."
Yeah.
And then,
funny thing
their
about that song
is amazing,
I could share
bro.
is okay, I made that. The reason like that song is so weird, I guess, like they don't have no drums in it because I made it when I first started producing, and like I didn't. So I found this sample, and I liked it, but I was like, I'm gonna just reverse it just to hear what it sounds like, and I just reversed the sample, and then I didn't know how to add any drums to it, and it was so hard to write to because the beat's so weird. It's like it's not like any people that make beats. It's not like on tempo, basically. It's so unorthodox. So I made the song and I felt like I felt something when I made it. It was the first song I made for REEBORN. And I didn't listen to it for like 8 months. Like I just made it and just like ain't listened to it. And then I was just listening to it one day and I was like I didn't I lost the session to it. So with music, you like it's good to have your session. That's how you mix the vocals, master it. I lost the session to Bert. I found it recently, but I lost it. But I wanted to use it, so I just grabbed the first thing I recorded, like the only file I had for it, and I just added stuff to it, and that was that. And the rest, I was riding my bike one day, and people liked the video, and then that was it. The rest is history, really. And it's interesting what people like gravitate to, because like on all the songs on my album, I didn't expect that song to be like. Where is that? I was like, Little Kid, Big World is like an international, universal, global hit, which it is tough in my eyes. But when I listen to it now, I could realize like, okay, something sparked this night. I didn't know what it was, but I'm happy I like still put it out. And like, cause you just never know that's why it's always good to promote everything because you never know what people are going to gravitate to. And that's kind of what I learned from like that song. Like it was, I don't know, it's really funny.
A lot of artists have different opinions on like promoting their music on TikTok, but I've talked to several artists and they talk about those that promote their music on TikTok. It's like free promoting, and it's like it's honestly one of the best ways to promote your music. Like, even with the podcast, like I need to start putting the clips of the podcast on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I've seen so many artists blow up, like Young Chris, Santana, just guys like them, just blow up off of TikTok promoting. So was it like, because I know a lot of artists, they'd be like, oh, TikTok, or nah, that's corny, that's for the kids, whoop, whoop, whoop. But some of the guys, it's like, yo, this is free promoting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just spam and eventually you're going to blow up. So like, what's your thoughts on that as a music artist like that push your music on TikTok?
I mean, TikTok really the reason why people know me, I guess. Like, I always had like a little, like for the first 4 years of working on music, everything was just in my city. Like it was always just, I was really focused on New Orleans. I always had people out of town in mind, but I was really just in the New Orleans circle. And then it's a funny story how I got on TikTok. So okay, how would I explain it? Okay, so I was uploading music. I was making little TikToks here and there, but it was just like it wasn't like nothing serious. And I always knew how to promote, but I never looked at TikTok as like I could actually promote on that in a certain way. So funny thing is, I had this performance one day at this school called Loyola down here in New Orleans. And the artist by Young Sinju was performing there because he go to that school. And I didn't know who he was then. And then like a couple weeks later, I'm scrolling and I see him on TikTok. I'm like, wait. I'm like, I know this dude. I just seen him perform like 3 weeks ago. So I go through his page and I see how like many following he has. Like he got a fan base. And I'm like, wow, like that's inspiring. Like I was like, man, this dude making videos. I was like, maybe I could like do something like that. I was like, I got a microphone. I know how to talk. Like I'm good at entertaining. I was like, let me see. You know what I'm saying? Let me just try some. So I would say that was kind of like the start of seeing Young Sinju doing it on TikTok. Shout out Young Sinju. It was kind of like, man, that's possible. Yeah. Like I could do that too. And then once I started doing it, I figured out like what people like I figured out how to promote myself. And it's really just showed me how many people is in the world than just your town. And like, once you get on TikTok, it's that's like, right. It's unlimited how many people can see it. I feel like Instagram and YouTube is only gonna go to a certain. It's like gonna go to just your followers, and then like 10% of your followers. It's not going to everybody. So I feel like TikTok is you ain't got no bread for real to promote your stuff, man. You better get on TikTok.
Nah, facts. It's like, because even with like other social media, I don't know any other social media platform that's like TikTok. Like you can just span like. Some I genuinely think like you can post like 10 times a day, for just like you can post 10 times a day for 2 weeks, you gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? Like just that is literally that simple. Whether even just like not even if you're like doing some that's like showing like a talent like your music or your podcast or your art or just whatever. You can just be doing like just saying something or doing something funny or just something that's like low-key stupid, and you still gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, man.
But the thing
TikTok
is
a good form of promotion.
The thing is, when I got on TikTok, I was like, I don't want to be corny. Like, I don't want to be cringy. I don't want to make a dance to my song. I don't want to do a challenge. Like, I don't want to do any of that. I was like, I just want to act like me. I just want to be who I was before I got on TikTok. So it was like, I need to make sure like I'm not doing like I'm not shaking my hips to my song. Nothing wrong with shaking hips. I mean, when a certain Jersey song come on, that's what I'm doing. But I'm not purposely like, oh, let me make this song because this was blowing up on TikTok. I was like, I'm gonna just act like who I act all the time, and like eventually people gonna like it. And like kind of once it was like my first little videos, people was like, oh, this hard, this tough, and I was like, and then I saw like some of my videos start blowing up. And my followers was going up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's up now." And then the more you do it, like the more you just try stuff, and it work. If it don't work, nobody cares. Like nobody cares if your video got 400 views. It's not that serious.
That's true. Exactly. Like really, we're the only people that's paying attention to that because we're the ones looking at our work and we're trying to see. We're the ones trying to see our own work grow. So you know what I'm saying. It's like a lot of things, like it's probably like something that I've realized because I've been doing this podcast for like a little over a year now. I'm like my biggest fan, but I'm also like my biggest critique. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been episodes where it's like, because I'm still trying to figure out like something I've been learning. It's just like video production, audio, just things of that nature, editing. And I don't even do a lot of editing for real. I barely do any editing. Most of everything I do is just like raw, just authentic, put it out there. But just learning so many new things, and it's like I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's switch this up. Or how can I reverb this? How can I remove this echo? How can I make this like clearer, this and that? And it's like you show this to the next person, they're gonna be like, oh no, it's cool. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But because it's us, you're gonna be
Mm.
like, yeah, bro, this ain't it. I gotta switch this up. It gotta be like this. But I mean, yeah, bro, that's how it is. Another thing, we were just talking about old music and like podcasts and like how you was talking about my first podcast and compared to like what I'm doing now and how of course it's gonna be better and how you was talking about how your most recent work you like it more. It seemed like you like it more than of course some of your first projects. So it's like, do you ever look back at your older music and you're like, yo, this is trash. I wish I never dropped this, or it's just like, I'm glad, like that, but I'm glad where I was now. Like, how do you view that as an artist?
Well, nah, never. If it was trash, if it was trash, it would never came out. So I mean, all my music, I be listening sometimes, and I be
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, I was really tough at 15. Like I was really spitting. Like I was that dude then, and I'm that dude
Mm-hmm.
now. But I mean, it's only just the evolution and like
Mm-hmm.
the growth as an artist. I was thinking about this earlier. I was thinking about Reborn. And I was like, man, I feel like Reborn is so good because I listened to more music than what I was just listening to. Like I used to just listen to kind of like I used to
Yep.
listen like I didn't really listen to music like a year before I made Reborn. It may have just been like Rod Wave and some of Young Boy music and like nothing wrong with that, but that was just what I was listening to. And
Mm-hmm.
but when I expanded, the first thing I remember expanding to was Call Me If You Get Lost and by Tyler Creator. And like after that, it was
Yeah.
like a whole
I get
world
that
of
type of
music.
vibe, which like when I first saw your
Yeah.
album.
Yeah. So a whole world of music opened up after that. And that's when like I would say I started getting good. Like I started to understand what I can do musically. But I mean, I listen to my old stuff and I still think I'm him. I still think them songs
Mm-hmm.
tough. Now it's like, I was saying some random
Mm-hmm.
stuff like my Thanks for Coming. I got an album called Thanks for Coming to the Graduation. And I was literally flexing how I was broke. I was like, I be
Mm-hmm.
listening now, like, bro, what were you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about? You the coldest, brokest rapper. Like,
Uh-huh.
what are you talking? I might listen to like something when
Mm-hmm.
I was like 16. Yeah, it's just a lot of music, man. One of my favorite songs is a song from when I was 16. It's called Off My Chest. And I'd be like, man, I was spitting, bro. Like, I was really talking
Mm-hmm.
that talk. Like, so I never regret putting out I never regret old
Yeah.
music. I just like I just it was who I was, you know what I'm saying? It's not the music, that's who I really was. So I don't
Yeah.
want to take that away. It's like a public journal, you know? It's like being vulnerable to the world. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
That's
who I
right.
was. I'm him now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. That's how it is. Evolution. Like you seeing it's like a project. Well, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is project, but it's just like improvement too. You know what I'm saying? Improving
hmm
within yourself and just like production, producing, and just stuff like that.
man, the funny thing is, when I made Reborn, now that I think about it, I feel like Reborn was the reason. Reborn was kind of the reason I got on TikTok as well. This is good to talk about the albums because the other
Yeah.
albums was like they was nice. I felt like they was gonna blow up, of course. But when I made Reborn, I was like, yo, this is different. I was like, cause I didn't made so many projects
Yeah.
from 15 to cause I record myself, so I didn't have the freedom to record all day and night. I didn't have no job. I'm in school. Like I could spend all my wheels making music. So I
Mm.
made Reborn and I was like, once it was done, I was like, yo, this is too nice to just get 500 streams, 200 streams. I'm like, I can't afford this to
Nah,
get
for
200
real.
streams. I'm like, it's not nothing wrong with 200 streams, but I knew it could go far. And I say only 200 streams because I was only promoting to 200 people. I was only capping myself off and like
Yeah.
just to my town. And I was like, maybe it's not for my town right now. Like maybe the rest of the world need to hear it and then my town to hear it. So I was like, man, this gotta go. Like I can't afford. They need to get some money. I need to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta help these people. I need to get
Right.
this across the world. It was too nice to just post on Instagram. I was
Yeah.
like, I need the world to know. So that's why I went to TikTok. I just thought about that. So I went into the old music, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. You can continue with your question
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. That's real. I mean, that's how it is. Nah, you cool, bro. I love that. I really love that about you and your music, the authenticity of it, and just everything you do with it. I really love that. Um, your TikTok, you posted about a few days ago, maybe a few weeks ago. About I know you just did your Reborn concert experience in New Orleans. I hope I'm saying that right because I'm from Maryland. I know New Orleans, New Orleans. You know, but you get what I'm saying. You just did your Reborn concert experience in your hometown, and just being able to interact with your fans on that level and just doing like a concert experience. What was that like for you?
The Reborn concert, I'm gonna be a total 100% transparent because I don't cap in none of my rap.
Mm-hmm.
The concert was great. I would say like I definitely spent a lot of money on it, more money than like I had to do the concert. Only from like I was just I desired so bad to do the concert, and I kind of didn't do it 100% calculated.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me realize my supporters showed up. And like my other concerts, I had a concert when I was 17, and it was like so many people there. And this concert was smaller, but it was more supporters that came out. And like, so that showed me, okay, you doing something right. You can get supporters to come out. So right now I'm working on something like a private pop-up tour kind of for like the end of September when it get cooler outside.
Yeah.
Like a private pop-up tour. Because that concert showed me, okay, you got supporters that could come out, but now it's like you need to consistently get supporters coming out. You need to get the legwork in, and you need 10 shows back to back, and 40 people come out, 30 people come out. So that's what I'm working on now, because I have like this huge festival in mind for sometime next year, and so I want to make sure I take them steps. I build up I keep building up, I keep climbing up the ladder. And so that concert, though, I mean, it was fun. It was with a live band. It was the first time I ever performed with a live band. It was nice. It was fun. But I definitely want the next one going to be a little different. I may not do the live band only because I want to hear how my beats sound that I made, like, you know what I'm saying, live. So other than that, though, it was fun. It was nice. Vibe.
And I peeped the thing you talking about everybody taking like a bike or like a kayak to see you perform, and how like that like captures the whole experience of being reborn and being in nature and being around good energy people. That's something you just came up with off the flowers, like you had that in mind for a while, something you want to do?
Nah, I thought about it like when I made the post. When I thought about it, I mean, I thought of like I thought of how to make I thought of how to make an outside performance different. And like the idea I have, man, nobody better not steal my idea either, bro, because it's true to me. Anyways, I got this idea. This idea to do a bike ride from like not at my house, but around my house to the park. Like, all right, so in order, I made Reborn because, well, when I would have these overthinking thoughts and I was having these thoughts inside my house, I would ride my bike to this park, and that was like my escape. That was like my gateway of finding out who I was. That was like getting lost in my town, seeing things I've never seen before. Because, if you however old you are, you don't go out. It's dangerous out. Your mama says it's dangerous. You're not just outside riding around the whole city. You only see what you've been drove around. You only see where your parents bring you, where your friends bring you, your aunties. So you don't really see so much stuff. And that was like my first time really seeing like my town for real. So I want to do something where we have a bike ride from like a certain spot, and we take the route I took to the park and like the certain location I go to, and then have the show there, so people can like really be on it's like a full Reborn experience,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's different. Idea. That's different. And man, bro, that's authentic to you. And we know if anybody take it, we know where they got it from. we know how that goes, man. We all know how that goes. Performing at several places is something I want to talk to. When I was just learning about you as an artist and how you've already performed at just so many places. And me, one thing I want to point out is I'm a big NBA fan. And I peeped that you performed at the Pelicans game like 2 times, I believe. One time, February 2022, and then March of this year. What was that like? Just performing at like the Pelican Stadium. And out of every performance you've done, every concert, every festival, every experience, everything you've done, what was your favorite one that you've done?
So the Pelicans one was fun. the first time I did it was like, wow, I'm really in the Pelicans arena on the floor. Like I really used to watch these people, and that was fun. The crowd was rocking with it. The second one was like, I'm him. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I got this. This is a piece of cake.
Yeah.
So that was fun. The Pelicans arena. It's just always fun just doing stuff like that because it's once in a lifetime. Everybody, like, however many people live in my town, however many artists are in my town. It don't, everybody don't get that opportunity. So it's just being grateful for that opportunity. My favorite performance I've ever done
that's true.
have to be like, man, I did this performance at this. I'm not gonna say the name of the club, but I did this performance at kind of like this club. I was 17, but you had to be 18 and up, and there was like a bunch of college students there.
Yeah.
I was turning 18 in like 4 days. The person who run the club was like, "You got to perform and just get right out," or whatever. So I was the first person to perform. Man, these was like older college students, probably like juniors in college. They was drunk. And I performed. I was performing I'm Him, one of my songs called I'm Him. And I was in this great outfit. Yeah. And I had a white shirt on. Because anybody who wants to see the video, I had a white shirt on, some white shoes. And bro, they was rocking their heads so hard. Like they had this dude in the front, looked like he was about to hit his head on a barricade. It was crazy. And then another one is I performed at this high school when I was 17 called Warren Easton. And I was performing, and like I ain't gonna lie, I used to be like a real wild performer. Like I used to jump in the crowd. I used to not like stage dive, but like I used to just get in the crowd, rap in front of people, walk around, laugh at, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So this particular one, I had tried to jump over the barricade and get in a crowd, and I fell off the barricade, but they caught me, and I kept rapping, and it was fire. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I performed at the French Quarter Festival in April. That was probably like the most people I've seen in front of me before. So that was pretty fun. It's just always fun performing at new places,
Yeah.
So yeah.
I believe that for real. And it's only just gonna grow from here. Like it's really just gonna go from like you might have like I don't know, like 30, 40 people at your show. It's gonna double. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep on doubling. Because I see the potential, bro. I'm telling you, I heard the first verse the moment I saw your music off of TikTok, bro. I've been seeing the potential. I feel like I'm kind of one of them guys where it's like I see somebody, I can see the vision. You know what I'm saying? Like I see the potential, bro. For real, it's just gonna keep doubling. Like I just went to my first concert about a month ago. I went to go see Drake in 21 at the Capital One Arena where like the Wizards play in DC, and like almost it wasn't like sold out, but maybe that's like a 20,000 around 20,000 people can fit in that arena. It was only maybe like a few seats that was empty, and it's like with people like you who put their heart into that music, who put that authenticity, it's gonna be at that level where you at that like you selling out arenas types. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I believe it. I literally just see it. I believe it, bro. Sorry,
appreciate it, man. Roll it. All right, and the person, the artist, Reezy, in like 5-7 years from now, when I got my sold out arena show, play this clip in the intro to the sold out concert.
You already know how it goes, man. For sure. Yeah. Play that back. You gonna prove it. Next thing I want to jump into, bro, was congrats on this, by the way, being flyed out from a label, and having that type of opportunity. And I know stuff like that, like being flyed out, and maybe that's like confidential and discreet, but maybe just on like a surface level, on just what you can talk about. Just what was that like? That experience being flown out to Atlanta, going to meet up with the label and stuff like that.
It was interesting. I mean, it was. It took some time to kind of get like the information out the way, but when we went out there, it was just like it wasn't even the label could have like literally like called me out there in like told me they just like my song, and that would have been enough for me. Because the fact of it wasn't like about whatever deal they were offering. It was the fact that I was like, man, because I believed in myself and because I worked hard and because I like stayed true to me, this opportunity presented itself. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was the highlight of it. I could tell you who it was. I can't say what label. Wait, you can see my lips?
Actually, yeah, I
All right,
see.
It was.
All right. That's hard.
I mean, so
That's hard,
I mean
man.
they but yeah, so I mean it was nice. I don't know,
That's a great opportunity.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is, but all right, so I'm gonna just be real. So yeah, they flew me out, but like at the end of the day, it's always like I always make sure that I'm putting myself in position to be in control. I'm always putting myself in position to be him. Like, cause at the end of the bro, I could be independent. Like, I could do anything. Like, Jay-Z got this verse. He say, "I sell ice in the winter. I sell fire in hell. I am a hustler, baby. I sell water to a well. I was born to get cake." And I kind of live by that because it's like I'm the product, I'm the asset. At the end of the day, you could put me anywhere, label or not, like I'm gonna get the job done. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool though. It was interesting to just hear like stuff that they talk about. It was funny, man. I had to run it to you off the camera.
Yeah, for sure. That's a conversation on camera. But yeah, bro, I know a lot of artists have like just different opinions on labels and stuff. Like some people, they're like, "Yo, I hate the label. I hate labels. I hate F the industry. This and that." Like, so it's like you talking about how you just like relating to that Jay-Z verse where he's talking about anywhere, or any position that you're in, you gonna hustle, you gonna work, you gonna do your thing, you gonna get the job done. So it's like you would wanna stay independent, or you would wanna eventually sign to a label and have that like the certain resources or support that a label can bring to you.
I think it's like I look at labels as more of like not even a label. I look at everything as a partnership. Everything is a value exchange. So everything is like it's not like I wouldn't do it, but it's like is what they're adding is am I already doing it? Am I already capable of that? Am I like, am I in how much control am I giving up for what they're offering? It's like, that's like I'm not anti-label, I'm not anti-independent. It's like whatever just feels better, whatever my gut say. Like at the end of the day, it's already written for me if I'm supposed to have a major record deal, if I'm supposed to be independent, it's just whatever energy aligns, whatever I feel like somebody truly believes in, what I got to say then, So yeah, but I mean, I got like labeled, I guess you could say, deals in the work right now to just, like contracts or whatever. So I don't know what they offering yet. But so it's just, it's just a part of it. I've been offered deals that I had to decline only because like it's nothing wrong with the label. It's just you just got to know what you could do. Like you got to know your worth. You know what I mean? So I'm just, I'm on game. It can't get me, man.
This one quote that I live by. It's like, don't drink from every cup that's handed to you. That's how you get poisoned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like just knowing your worth and knowing like, yo, this ain't gonna work out for me personally because how I view myself and my music, and I know that I'm worth more than that. And I like how you view it as a partnership more than like a label type of thing or like an industry type of thing, because like equal exchange. Like I'm offering you my talent, everything I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? But then y'all bringing me like the marketing, the resources, the people, the producers, the stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So man, it's everybody got their own opinion on it, but I mean, yeah, that's good though. I mean, just knowing your worth and yeah, bro, that's all it's about for real. Knowing where you want to be and knowing what you comfortable with when it comes to signing your name on that paper. You know what I'm saying? For real. 18. You're 18 and you already have over 60 music videos out, which is various singles, albums. Like, what is that? Like that is crazy to me, bro. Like I've never seen that before. Like how How have you done that and worked that out and managed that, bro?
I mean, I just be working, bro. I just love it. I got the hustle, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out GC Witty. That's one of my that's like a videographer that probably shot 30 of the videos. Shout out D Rock Productions.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out my dad, my brothers for shooting my videos. Man, I just been shooting shots, bro. It's just shooting shots, man. You just never know. I just like since my first music
Working.
video, it's called Reezy Shook Back. Right? That's the name of the first music video. And like since that video,
Mm-hmm.
I make a song and I could write out a whole production to the video. I could write out a whole script, a whole scene, a whole everything. I just love it. I love music videos.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm not really into music videos only because I don't know. I don't know if people really care about music videos right now. I don't really like. I wouldn't say I don't care about music videos right now, but like my passion for it right now is just not. My passion is kind of in for like film, I would say, and not just a music video, more of like an experience. Like for REEBORN, I didn't want to just do music videos and just rap bird. Like I can make content, I can make short form content, but I wanted to make sure I had like a film behind it, something that felt like a movie, you know, something that felt like a era, I would say, you know. So I mean, shooting 60 music videos though, I just been shooting shots, the 1,000 shots, the 1,000 shots theory. Something go pop.
Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, it will. That's how it is, man. Like, so I mean, a lot of people, I feel like maybe if they don't know your work, like how some of your like supporters or listeners that have been tapped in with your music for a while, they might hear from just any artist, oh, 60 music videos, and they think like the quality over quantity type of thing. So what would be your response to anybody that's like, oh, you got all these videos out. Are you really putting what you want into it, or is it just like mass production? What would you say to something like that?
Man, I don't care what nobody got to say, boy. This is my life. Like, I don't know. That don't matter. Like, you know, but you do what you want to do.
Not
Like,
for real.
I
That's how it
understand.
is.
I understand the quality over quantity, but if you could do both, do both. Like, whatever fits for the person, you know, that's just what it is. Like, I would say I was making more content before REEBORN came out, like on Instagram and on YouTube. And then when REEBORN came out, I slowed the content down, but made it better. And I started blowing up. You know what I'm saying? So it just whatever works for the person. But yeah, we shot 60 music videos, man. Because when you in New Orleans and you 16 and you know you see your bank account got $20 or you 17 and you see you got negative money account and then you just made a song, you like, well, what's my greatest possibility of trying to get out the hole? And it's like, I got this music, you know what I'm saying? So that was like how it was happening. You know, that's what we was working at.
Yeah.
So yeah,
1,000%. That makes sense, man. You just grinding. It's just work.
Yeah.
And just having fun with it too. Like, yeah, forget what anybody say, bro. Because at the end, it's your career. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do what you into. You have an idea, bro. Every idea I have, bro, write it down. I'm gonna put it into action. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what nobody else say about what their opinion is, or you should maybe not drop this at this time, or you should wait it out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all, I mean, like, you gotta learn how to maybe time stuff. You know, everybody's different with how they want to time stuff. Of course, you're different with your music. I'm different with my podcast. Somebody else that's grinding somewhere is different with their work. It's all just having fun and just on your own timing, God's timing. You know what I'm saying? Just having everything planned out, lined up, how you want it. A lot of times, I be seeing in your comments, you get comparisons from like Andre, like they were like, oh, I hear Andre 3000 with your stuff, or I hear Kendrick with your stuff. Do you ever get like annoyed by hearing that, or is it just like I want to be my own? Like I want people to look at other artists and be like, oh, I hear Reezy, or it's like you take it as a compliment, like, oh, this person hear Andre with me or Kendrick with me. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's somewhat my fault because I use these artists in my hashtag, so it's going to their fans. But I would say, like, I don't even know 4 Andre 3000 songs. You know what I'm saying? To be trying to sound like him, I guess it's a compliment because he's good, I'm good. You know, like I'm not opposed to it. They said everybody sounded like somebody before they blew up. So I mean, I can't. You only keep making your sound until you sound like until enough people know you to sound like yourself. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't get aggravated. I get aggravated when they say trash people though, and when they be selling people like when this what they'll say. They would say they would say blood trying to sound like such and such. I'd be like, bro, who are you, bro? Like sometimes I gotta look at their page and be like, okay, I'm not gonna tell you nothing, bro. And it's like, who I don't know what people think. Like I genuinely step inside my creative zone and say, okay, Reezy, try and sound like Andre 3000 on this song. Rap your life and attempt to sound like Kendrick Lamar. It's like that do not happen. I don't know, bro. People have their own ears. They perceive it in their own way, but I don't mind it. I don't, as long as they listen, as long as they keep, as long as they feeling something, you know what I'm saying?
Who's somebody that you've seen in like the comments where you like it was somebody that you ain't like seeing, like some comparison you with? Like what's a bad comparison in your eyes?
Matter of fact, I'm gonna see what it says. Somebody told me this yesterday, bro. Sometimes I don't even be looking what these dudes be saying, bro. Cause I gotta find it, bro. I'm gonna find it for you.
Sometimes, man, you can't be looking at the comments, bro. You gotta just keep it going.
Okay, where is that, bro? I just saw it too, bro.
TikTok. That's how the media
They tell me I look like TK. They be on me. They be on me, bro. I'm not finding this comment. Okay, I'm coming up on it. Where is that, bro? Okay, when you hear this, bro, you're gonna be like, what is this man talking about? All right, let's see. Man, I don't see it, but somebody told me I'm trying to copy YoungBoy. I was like, I should smack you, bro. And it was like, nah. It was like he's Playboy Cardi inspired. I was like, people genuinely don't know what they're like. Some people genuinely be like itching for attention, bro.
They don't.
Like I be like, these gotta be people who sitting in the dark.
That's the social media.
With crusty toes, a dirty room, commenting something like that. Like that's what I think they look like, bro.
Social media, like, bro, you be getting attacked for just like the slight, like even if you just whatever you're doing or just saying something, they just be coming at you. Like, they just got no chill, and they don't be knowing like what they be talking about. They just be talking. Well, I mean, that's just what come with it, man. I mean,
you gotta know how to separate you gotta know how to separate yourself and what they saying. Like you gotta realize what they saying is not real. Like you gotta realize you can't just look at one comment that might say something stupid and let it overcast all the positive feedback you getting. You know what I'm saying? You can't just let because like at the end of the day, it's like that's a personal opinion. Like first of all, I didn't. It's like a house. Like you don't come in somebody's house and say, I don't like how your walls look. Like I didn't ask for your opinion in the first place. You gave me your opinion.
Yeah, but you know what? Like you in my house.
You know what I say? You in my. But I'm not gonna respond to your opinion because it's not accurate. It doesn't matter. It don't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you just gotta learn to know that like it's not real. They not you. They did not go through the experience you went through to create it, and like stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's how it is, bro. It's really just you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when people be talking about like just talking crazy, like I can understand like constructive criticism sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But when people just be talking out their butt, I just be like what y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like what you got? What's the thought process behind some of the stuff people would even be saying? But it's at a point in time where you can't even be worrying about that because every little thing you do, somebody's always gonna have something to say. Every little thing you do, somebody always gonna have something to critique or just say with everything you do. So I mean, you gotta just keep grinding. I'm the same way. I just be keeping grinding, staying out of the way. Like that's all part of just what we be on, bro. Real talk. The transition. One of the things I want to talk about is a transition. I don't know if many people realize. I don't even know if you did this on purpose. I don't know if many of your listeners realize this. The transition from birth into Lil Kid Big World when you was like the last thing you said on the on the birth track. You were like, I just be having that feeling like I'm just this little kid in this big old world. Going into the song called Lil Kid Big World. Um, was that on purpose? Did you mean to do that, or is that some
Oh yeah,
just
that was
some
all intentional.
just happened?
I mean,
Yeah.
I would when I all right, so when I was on my bike ride journey, I still ride my bike, but when I would ride my bike around the town and like, try to figure out who I was, I would record voice memos on my phone to kind of just talk about what I'm going through
Mm-hmm.
during the day. So that all those transitions, of course, they was intended for the next song, but they was things I was really saying. So I really was saying I feel like a little kid in the big world. It wasn't maybe the exact voice memo. Maybe I had
Yeah.
to fix a couple of things because I maybe was cursing or maybe was saying too much of this. It wasn't it was all over the place, but I was definitely like intentionally trying to make sure I
Mm-hmm.
captured that voice memo thing. And that whole transition was inspired by the transitioning on Good Kid, Mad City. If anybody listened to that, like the transition through that album was inspired
Yeah.
on my transitioning for my album.
And something else I realized is the sample, bro. Cause Lil Kid Big World and Birth are my two, like the whole album is beautiful, but those two tracks are my favorite ones. And the most beautiful part of it was like the little kids. They were like, "It's your world, it's your world." You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know, it was just beautiful to me, bro. And I just love how you did that. Like that was just beautiful. And what was like the idea and just the creativity behind that? Like, was that like your little cousin or something? Was that like a sample that you found somewhere? Like, how was that made?
Nah, that was my little brother and his friends. I recorded them. I got a whole video like recording them. I
Mm-hmm.
need to drop that. But yeah, that was my little brother and his friends. I mean, since I made Little Kid Big World, I always I had an idea to get a choir on there, but like when I was working on Reborn, I was like, shit, I can't afford no choir. I need to get some kids or something on it. Cause my mama had my
Yeah.
my mama was like, you should put kids on there. And I was like, but then I was like, I'm gonna put the kids on there because I couldn't get a choir. So I got the kids on there, and it was
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was fun. I get from a big perspective, the kids. I always say that the kids is like them kids on the song is like the inner kid in us telling us it's our world. So it's really like because
Yeah.
we little kids in the big world, but them kids telling us it's our world is the little kid in us telling us it's our world. You know what I'm saying?
So it was inspired by Money by JID and just everything you did with that. And I love how you just said it's like the little kid inside you saying like it's your world. Cause something I realized is like when it come to kids, it's like because I know when I was a kid, I had like an insane amount of creativity and just ideas and ambitions. Like it was no limits. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you get older and it's all these like societal just thinking and just these limits and stuff that people try to put on you or put you in a box. It's like just to fit in or be how everybody else is, you know what I'm saying? But before all that, before you came to all of that, you were just that little kid, like, well, I want to go to the moon. I want to make it to the NBA. I want to make it to the NFL. Like, I'm gonna have a big clothes brand. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why are we letting go of those limits? You know what I'm saying? Now that we're just older and now we're in society, or people say, think realistic. I hate when people say that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love how you just said it's the little kid inside you saying like it's your world, and I feel like that just fit with just the song title and just the message and just the lyrics of that particular track, and having your little brother and his friends on there. That was something different. That was beautiful, bro.
Thank you.
For sure, bro. Next song I want to talk about is the track "We Was Just Kids." Talking about how it's like it felt like we was just young. It's like we was just kids like last week, and how like just time flies. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't even feel like that long ago. And a lot of people had different opinions on like growing up and independency and just how time just be flying in life. Um, do you ever wish that you could go back to that time in your life? when you was like a kid, or you excited about your future and everything you have in store within your career?
I wouldn't say I wish I could go. I mean, I'm not. All right, I'm not gonna give the average answer. I would love to like go back and be a kid again. Like I'm not gonna act like I wouldn't love to, run around the park.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could kind of
Yeah.
feel. I wish I could understand what I was feeling then. I wish I could have the mind I have now and like feel that then and capture that. Because you don't really understand what it is until you get old and be like, damn, I was really happy. Like I didn't really care about anything,
That's true.
So I would say that. And that would be cool if I could do that. But I'm okay with where I'm at. In the future, I really just love where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
The future is always like, we always just plan for the future, but it's always great to live in the now. It's like, what can I do now? What can I do today? How can I get one step closer to my future self today? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I aim, and that's what I work on every single day. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Ambition, and just being where you want to be. Like, it's okay, like, because you get just having that and working towards that. Like, you gotta love the journey more than the destination at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like eliminating the final outcome. Cause that's even something I have had to learn how to do. You know what I'm saying? And just enjoying the process and just loving it. Like, I feel the same way you just said. Like, sometimes it's like, oh, yeah, I would love to be like just that little kid again, just running around, going outside. Mom, can I go outside? Mom, can I go outside? Every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom would have to drag me inside for me to come inside. Like, she would have to be asking me multiple times, come inside. It's time to go to bed. Time ready to go get to bed. So, I mean, it is a part of me where it's like, oh yeah, I'd love to be in that like way, that zone, or that moment again. But it's like I love where I'm now. The best place to be is in the present moment. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited for just everything that's looking towards my future and stuff like that. But I'm just enjoying everything now. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Reborn, the movie. That was different, bro. That was different. And the visuals of that was crazy dope, bro. And you're only the second person I ever seen doing something like that. Making like a movie, like documentary type of thing for your album. I think I seen you do that with Reborn, and I seen J. Cole do that with For Your Eyes Only. And like, how did you come up with, like, was that something you wanted to do for a while, or was that something you've done before with your previous albums, or is it just like it just all came together?
Nah, that was Kanye West did that for his album Dark Twisted Fantasy. And I always thought that was cool.
Oh yeah.
But I really only did that because I wanted to throw a listening party, but I didn't just want people to listen. I wanted people to watch something while they was listening, just to make it different. And that was like, and then along the time we were like, we might as well just make this a whole movie and drop it. So I mean, filming it, we was kind of like spot on. Like, some of it we had planned out before, some of it, and we, as in me and my best dog, Shoot This Rob, my best friend since like 5th grade or something. We was like, man, well, like, I'm trying to think of what we thought of on the fly. We thought of like Bert, we didn't have an idea, like, for the film. On some of it, we didn't know what we wanted to do to the day. I was like, yeah, we just go ride this way. We're going to go this way. We're going to do this. Well, let's go around the town today. And it was kind of just trying to be different. Well, not even trying to be different. I feel like everything we do is different, So, like, it was just fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Like, when we was riding the bikes and we was filming this, we was like, man, imagine how many kids from New Orleans, just in our city alone, we going to inspire off of this, because this has never been done before. Like, imagine how many kids going to think it's okay, like, going to feel like it's cool to ride around wearing a yellow sweater and a beanie. Like, that's not normal. Like, I'm like, imagine how many people we going to empower with it. It may not be today, it may not be a year from now, but over time, when people understand the message, think about how much we're going to allow people to feel free in their art and like their vision. Like, this is like historical. This is really, this is different. You know what I'm saying? We 18 doing this. So like, that's on another level of inspiration. So that was really like the experience with the film. My
I'm
favorite part
saying.
of the film is "I Love You Forever."
Yeah.
The last part when we circle back around, like the okay. So if you look at it, when the film starts, I ride my bike and I go to the right, and once I go to the right, I go into like the real world. Like I go towards the world. I go and understand and
Mm-hmm.
discover who I am. I go around the town and I get back for "I Love You Forever," which is the outro from the left side, and I get back into the spot of the REEBORN photo shoot where I did the photo shoot at, and we planned the scene out just exact. I executed that perfectly, man. And yeah, and that was like
Mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
warm
I give you
hug. That
my
was like
flowers for that one, bro. For real, that
yeah.
was amazing.
I was like, I'm reborn now. I know who I am. I love myself. I love myself forever. I love my journey, and that was probably the coolest part to me. That was fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's amazing, and yeah, just I love it when artists do that though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like a hidden gem type of thing within their album and their music. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, just making. I love seeing the movies, documentaries that come with the music of the album. Like the visuals add like a whole different like vibe or perspective to it that maybe people might not even get straight from just listening. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my props to you, bro. My flowers to you. You know what I'm saying? Just the
Appreciate that, man.
execution of that and just everything you did with that was amazing. Your song, NOLA, um, and just I know that's like short for New Orleans. And just being able to rep your city and me being I'm from a small town in Maryland. Um, as I'm in Maryland, it's like we got a lot of creativity in the state, bro. Like I know a lot of talented minds and just creative people. And I'm trying to do the same thing. Like I'm trying to rep my city, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put my city on, be like, yo, I said to the Unfazed Podcast, like, oh yeah, he put the city, like he turned Maryland up, he turned the county up, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to that level where it's just like not just my work, but I'm trying, just like inspire the people, you know what I'm saying? Or just be able to connect with the people in just the most raw or authentic way possible. And just being able to make a song about your city and just being able to rep your city and just where you're from in a great way. What does that mean to you? Just putting on for where you from, putting on for New Orleans.
Um, I mean, New Orleans made me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the reason I it's in my accent. Like I can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? So I just say that track specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to H to the Izzo by Jay-Z, and when I made the beat, I kept saying H to the Izzo, L to the Izzy. I mean H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy. And then when I was like N to the Izzo, L to the Izzy, that stand for no. I was like, ah. And then I just made a whole track about what I like about New Orleans. And I was like, man, I just hope,
Mm-hmm.
I actually was like, man, they got Empire State of Mind in New York. And like that track is so like, so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want my city to feel like that. I want my city to have something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that. Just putting on for your city. What song like that you would want to say to other artists from your area that trying to put on
From
for the city?
from my area. Man, it's weird. It's not weird, bro, but it's so much like okay. It's so much man. New Orleans is a real interesting place, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say it's ghetto because it's not ghetto. It's beautiful, but at least from like the rapper music scene, the rapping music scene is like it's a bunch of street rap. Is what I see. I don't really see that many creative people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very few. I rarely see it. So it's a lot of street rap because that's how they living. But I also feel like they
Yeah.
have ideas that they just may not do. I don't know. I would love to see whichever artist it is just be creative in what they want to do, not what they partners want to see, not what the typical rap video is, kind of just what you want to do. And I feel like videos and songs are like
Mm-hmm.
totally different, So I guess that's the most I would say for my people that's trying to put on. And I would just say, man, think about like when somebody listens to your song, is it helping them, or is it making them think like, is it making them, is it giving a positive effect or a negative effect? It's two different ones. It's one or the other, you know? And I want you to just kind of think like that.
Yeah.
Or is it an authentic effect? You know, is somebody getting an authentic, organic effect? You know, it don't got to be positive or negative. Are they getting the authentic, organic person that you are? You know,
that's true. Yeah, because it's like you don't want to hop on a track and then it's like it's somebody you not type thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole different. Like it's like a misrepresentation of you and your art. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, it's just really just it's true mentality. That's facts.
New Orleans artists dope though, man. We got a few. I like they got this singer named Indus Blue. That's my dog. They got this girl named Odd the Artist.
Yeah.
They got this dude. He from New Orleans. His name Nation. Like Guap Dash. Who else from here? Raffle 9 from here. He inspiring for sure. Trying to think of anybody else I know. Dominic Sky. It's whoever. There's a couple people down here that really like doing their thing. They got DJs doing their thing. And Twiggity. Word. It's a lot of stuff down here. You just gotta know. You just gotta really just put on. You gotta be yourself. I feel like, you know. And like, there's some people I know for sure that's themselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's hard to find those type of connections where you from, or it's just like it just happens pretty often?
Nah, I feel like a connection is only a connection if you make it one. Like, it may not be 100 record executives down here, but it's people who add value. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's people who got motion. It's people who could help you with things, and like, you know, it's only as far as you like, as far as you talk. Basically, if you don't speak, if you don't tell them what you do, then they ain't gonna know. You know. So networking is huge down here. You got to know how to network. You got to know how to be in them rooms and talk.
Real talk. 1,000%. That's really how it is over here too, like the DMV area, bro. You get just networking. It's a ton of networking you can do here, and just be able to just speak up and just promote your stuff, like, because you can promote your stuff online, but it's different when you like meeting somebody or just talking to somebody that's like in the same, like, on the same path as you, doing a thing, trying to be great, you know what I'm saying? And just networking as a whole is just, you guys just know how to speak up. Like, it's not really hard, you know, in my eyes, you know, you guys know, speak up, tell them what you do, you know what I'm saying? And just being able to just connect with the right people, you know what I'm saying? And just being in that positive type of environment, just be able to do something like that. Would you ever want to create something like that? Like, as an artist, or like if you had your own label, would you ever want to like create something like that for other upcoming artists from your area?
Oh yeah, I actually tried to do that last year. It wasn't the time though. I got more work to do to do like a networking event. I need to build up my. I just need to build up my contacts, basically. I got people, but I just need to make sure I like.
Where
it go good. I don't know. It's not like a thing I want to do right now, but I'm gonna definitely do it in the future. You know, because it's a big part in your career. But I feel like networking is like you could have the biggest, you can have the richest person in your phone. If you're not doing nothing for yourself, if you don't add no value to nobody else, nobody can add value to you. You could have however many blue check people follow you. If you're not putting nothing out and you're not adding value to the blue check people, they not adding no value to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so you could have, it's not about how many people you got. It's about how much value you add and how many people you talking to, not just on when you need them. Like, how many people you genuinely just like, yo, I hope you have a good day. You know, and that stuff that stuff go a long way. You can shake hands, but you got to hold hands with people. And that's what you got to do.
Bruh. That's facts. That's real. And that's a whole different way of putting it that I never even seen or heard before. But that's just really how it is. Like, something small like that. Like, yo, I messaged your newest album. I messaged your newest single. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like type stuff. And it's even been times where I've been in the studio with some other artists, locally that's like in my area. Like my brother, he a music artist, and just seeing his creative process. My cousins, shout out to Kenton, Sensei, Lasai Ho, Adu, Jay Sanity, all of those guys, and just seeing their creative process and being in the studio with some of them, it kind of just builds off, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when I'm like, oh yeah, you want to hop on a podcast, or I have a question for them on how I could switch something up, they helping me. So it's like we all bringing something to the table collectively, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's all like that. Your bike, bro, your bike. We need that bike. That's in the cover of the REEBORN album. We need that joint in the museum or something, bro. Like, for real, like, and just at the end of the track, Birth, and how you was talking about riding your bike, and just how that how just riding your bike just allows you to escape your thoughts. And how does that like did you just always been riding your bike? That's just something you always been on, or it's just like something you've been doing since you was little, and it just allowed you to always kind of just escape reality a little bit?
Nah, I just started riding my bike when I was like 17. That bike just got stolen too, bro. I'm so mad. I'm not mad no more, but somebody jacked my bike, man. But so it's gonna have to get replicated.
Yeah, it's all good, man. The blue
We
one.
have to get replicated. But that that bike specifically was my mom's old bike she had from like 10 years ago, and I would ride my bike at my dad's house, but when I graduated, I moved from my dad's house to my mom's house, and I still needed a bike to ride, so I was like, I'm gonna take this one, and that was like the start. I was like, I'm just gonna ride the bike. I'm gonna find somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Is that why I know in one of your tracks you were talking about how like your parents split, but it's how you're kind of like not glad it happened, but it's like you see the purpose of it. Is that a reason why you said that in one of your songs?
Yeah, I mean, they split when I was like 4 years old or something like that. But it's like, okay, you could have a situation. It's like, all right, what they say, play the hand you dealt. So like that situation happened, and I could hold on to that energy my whole life, and my excuses and my reasoning behind stuff could be for that. But it's like, no, that happened for a reason. I was meant to see whatever. Like I was meant to know that sometimes things are for the better. Like, and like just something like that, you know what I'm saying? So that was what I said that for. But yeah, some things just be for the better. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they had going on, I was for. I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
So it don't make a difference to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you just play the hand you dealt, and you just, you just roll with the punches. You just be grateful for what you have. You know what I'm saying? It was for a reason. So
it's understandable, and I mean I like how it's purpose, you know what I'm saying, and it led you to where you are, and just how you were able to like find that thing where you just able to escape reality, you know what I'm saying? And that bike, how it's just like iconic, with the REEBORN era and just REEBORN album, and it's everything you do with that.
I'm so bad somebody stole a
amazing.
bike, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, man. Nah, for real, that bike was nice too. You got the blue one. It was like blue and black, man. That bike was hard. That bike was beautiful. That bike was amazing. But I mean,
I'm gonna get another one, bro.
Hey man, hopefully you find it, get the replicator, get you a new one. Nah, for real, that'd be hard. Could just continue with that on. I hope you find that John though, bro. For real, that bike was nice. The blue one.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's somewhere in New Orleans. I don't know who got it, but it's good. We gonna keep it rolling. I might be on a skateboard for the next project or something. You never know.
Yeah, that'd be dope. And I mean, whoever got that bike now, I mean, they might not even know. Maybe they do know. Maybe they don't know that everything that was behind that and put into it just because of that bike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. That's the last question I have for you, man. And I just want to give you your flowers and just send my love, bro. And just the music, the art it's a beautiful, bro. And I can't wait till everybody know about you and just knows your work. And thank you. I just appreciate you coming on the podcast, taking the time out your day to come on.
Me, man.
Always, bro. Always. Is there anything you want to say or promote before we head out?
Make sure y'all are chasing y'all dreams. Make sure you're living your life to the fullest. Make sure you're locked in. Make sure you're not letting no distractions distract you from your dream and your end goal. If it's not better in your life, if it's wasting time, don't do it. Don't associate yourself with people that's not contributing to your dreams and your goals. You keep them to the side for when you dream chasing. Make sure that you executing your ideas. We got a million ideas a day. So don't let a million ideas go away in the wind. Be yourself. Be grateful for everything that happens. Stream Reborn, and another project dropping in a couple months, very soon. Let me know what you think about this name.
What you think?
I want to call it Ghetto Intelligence.
That's different. I like that. I like that. A lot of people view this. I could go on for hours. This podcast episode going to be like hours long. But man, that's even like an off-camera conversation about just like how the community and just being Black in America, and how a lot of times, I mean, the area you can view it as ghetto or ratchet or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all that
creativity and good things that can happen from there, all of that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the name Ghetto Intelligence, that like brings it all together. So man, I really do love that, bro.
We're gonna have another one, man, when it drops. We're gonna have another one
with your next project. For sure. I'm looking forward to it all, bro. I'm looking forward to it all, man. I know it's gonna be dope. The promotion's gonna go crazy too. It's even gonna go bigger than Birth, for real. Birth is just the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna skyrocket. 1,000. But yeah, man. At Reezy Music. That's where everybody can check you out.
Yep.
Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that.
Reezy Music. Mr. Reezy on TikTok or Reezy, whatever, it works. But it's Reezy.
Mm-hmm. I bet. For sure. I appreciate y'all tuning in to the Unfazed Podcast. Everybody listening. If you listen to this podcast episode from start to finish, I really do appreciate you. For real. 1,000%. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more. Of course, I'm trying to drop every Saturday. That's the goal. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to just stay consistent, stay working. Reezy, once again, appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. All love to you, bro, and everything you're doing. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Stay tuned. Reezy, tap in with his music. Stream Reborn. Y'all don't want to miss out. And stay tuned for more episodes from me, the Unfazed Podcast. Also, stay tuned for this clothing brand drop, too. Sometime, maybe y'all don't even know about that, but stay tuned for the clothing brand drop for sure. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll see y'all out.